I just want to preface this with
What?
I love America.
Oh.
I actively chose to move
I love
here.
America too.
I love it. It's given me some of the things I love most in
Like
life.
what?
Professional wrestling.
What?
Yes, that's true.
Okay.
Walmart.
Walmart.
Love that place. Bacon cheeseburgers. You can get them anywhere here, right? Look, I love America.
Man.
I'm on team America winning, America being the strongest, America
Number
being
one.
number one.
Yeah.
Winning everything. I will caveat.
Okay. My friends, I have to stop it right here. Look, I honestly love when people move from other countries to America and they embrace the culture. They share the same love you guys share. But I have to ask this. Who watching right now is also Team America? Leave a like if you are Team America, number one, baby. I love the US. Today I'll be reacting to my first impressions of life in mainland USA. My friends, I'm super excited for this one. Not the first time I reacted to one of her videos, and I thought they are quite amazing. So before I go into that, let me ask you for one thing. If you can leave a like, thank you so much. It's the best way to show support. Now, if you can subscribe, well, in that case, forget about it. You make my day. Have that in consideration. Link for the original video in my description, and let's play it.
Hey guys, Katie from the K Show blog here, and I create real talk practical guides to help other people plan their travels.
Okay.
And I also empower other people with chronic illnesses with the confidence to travel the world and even travel the world solo. So if you like that kind of
it's
thing,
nice.
don't forget to hit subscribe. It really helps me out. And if you end up liking this video, if you can hit the thumbs up button
friends,
and leave a comment,
do it for me.
that'd really help me out to be able to spread my message to more people and grow my little blog here.
Okay.
Let's get into it for now. So just in case this is the first video of mine you've ever stumbled upon, you've never read one of my blogs or anything like that, I just want to preface this with
What?
I love America.
Oh.
I actively chose to move
I love
here.
America too.
I love it. It's given me some of the things I love most in
Like
life.
what?
Professional wrestling.
What?
Yes, that's true.
Okay.
Walmart.
Walmart.
Love that place. Bacon cheeseburgers. You can get them anywhere here, right? Look, I love America.
Man.
I'm on team America winning, America being the strongest, America
Number
being
one.
number one.
Yeah.
Winning everything. I will caveat.
Okay. My friends, I have to stop it right here. Look, I honestly love when people move from other countries to America and they embrace the culture. They share the same love you guys share for your own country. But I have to ask this. Who watching right now is also Team America? If you are Team America, and I know this is a very easy way to get likes, but it's important. Leave a like if you are Team America, number one, baby. I love the US.
That with
Okay, wait.
as soon as I
Wait. We have to run this part back. She said something that America does not win. What the hell is this?
team
Soccer? Soccer. You guys don't win at soccer. It is what it is, my friends.
America winning, America being the strongest, America being number one, winning everything. I will caveat that with
Soccer.
as soon as I said it, I thought, oh, not one thing, and that's
Soccer.
rugby union. Because
Rugby. Rugby. That's a difficult word, actually. My friends, you guys don't even play that sport, right? Basically, you guys have the version 2.0. American football. It's just a better sport. Yeah, I said it.
it's like I'm a half
I said
New
it.
Zealander, and I think I might just like spontaneously combust or something. I don't know what happens if you say anyone but the All Blacks can win the rugby union, but I'm not even gonna play with that one, all right? So
No, but for real, Australia is the best country when it comes to rugby, right?
All Blacks
I
gotta
believe.
win the union, but apart from that, I want America to win everything, right? Like, I love America. So I was a bit nervous about making this in case people thought like I was just like
Why?
anti-America and there's something like that. So these, in my little list that I put together, they're just my first impressions, right? I don't judge them at all for being right or wrong. I don't, anything negative. It's not like I hate America statement. It's just a first impression. It's just an
Wait a second. She's trying to trick us, my friends, with all the respect, because she says, I love America, but now she's trying to say, but don't get mad at me because of my first impressions. Okay, fair. Maybe there was something that she ended up not liking in America at least the first time she ended up experiencing. And by the way, if you are wondering, I believe this is North Carolina, right? She lives in North Carolina. one of the best states in America, actually.
Observation, and there's always going to be things you sort of like and dislike about places. So I hope you would accept this just as you
Okay.
did any other pros and cons from any other place I've visited, okay?
No, but that's fair.
Well, with that being said, let's get into it. I'm doing this video also, instead of from my office, I'm doing it from my Americana style rocking chair because I mean they're just cool. As soon as I got here and we were driving around a little bit, I saw out the front of the houses there would always be rocking chairs. I was like,
Wait,
gotta get some of
they
them.
are
They look
common
so
in
cool.
America?
But at the moment,
To be honest, I saw them in movies all the time, but I never knew if it was some type of Hollywood invasion or not. I guess they are common.
they're being used in place of a couch because we don't
They
have
are
a
kind of
couch
like a
yet.
couch.
Hopefully coming next month. So they're in the lounge room, but later they'll be out on the balcony. But also, if I'm rocking, it's because it's so hard to sit in these and not
Rocking
just be
around.
like,
Na, 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 na. You guys don't know that
so
music?
I'm gonna try and keep it still. So the first thing I notice is the male to female dynamic is a little bit different, and in a
What? The male to female dynamic is a bit different. I'm trying to guess what she's going to say here, but I have no idea, honestly.
Australia, I would say that men are very good, right? But they're a little more laid back. And in comparison to American men, it almost seems lazy. But they're just very laid back. They kind of leave everything to the women. You guys can get that done. And you tell us whatever we need and we'll do it, kind of thing. And I've
Okay.
noticed so that in turn, like, makes women seem a lot more dominant. You know what I mean? Like, they're doing the talking, they're the decision makers, they're the task managers.
More
they're
responsibility.
sort of just more dominant. And then I've noticed
This is in Australia. Okay.
since being here, it's kind of the opposite. You know, where it seems like
Really?
men are more dominant. They're more like the leaders. And while I think women do just as much, I think women everywhere are the task managers, right? They're the ones that keep everything going. They have women tend to have those skills to like keep everything managed and delegate and keep everything moving. But it just feels like men are more dominant here. Like if I walk into a shopping center or something with my husband, we're going to buy something, they'll talk to him first and sort of disregard that I'm there, and I probably have all the answers they're looking for anyway. Because then he has to ask me, oh, what's the password for this? Oh, what plan are we on? You know, like, so.
Honestly, I'm not doing a lot of commentary here because this is the first time I see this argument. I don't even know what to say, my friends. But look, I have a lot of beautiful women that watch me on a daily basis. Yeah, all of the women that watch me are beautiful. It's true. If my lady friends that watch me could, make sure this is true or not, please feel free to leave me a comment, my friend.
It's a little bit different in that sense. I noticed this when I went to Australia for a visit a year ago, 2 years ago, and I noticed like on the news, like all the interviews, they're interviewing like a couple, the women would always do the talking and the man just stands there. And then like if we would go into a shopping center, like they'll talk to me and not my husband more. So it's just like feels like a different dynamic. It's just my observation. And I don't even think that it's like good or bad, or there's one that's right and the other's wrong. They're just two different dynamics. And I think once I noticed it, it explains so much of the culture shock I had trying to blend in with other wives, because I think I was a bit more of a dominant force than like what was seen as like the normal. So I had a little trouble fitting in at first around that, but now that I feel like I understand the dynamic more, it kind of makes sense. And with that dynamic, I also think that there's a lot more chivalry here. And this is probably the most in my life. Like I've only been here a couple of months, but it's the most I've ever had like a door held open for me, or if I'm carrying a lot of stuff, like asked if I need help, or if, me and a man get to a line at the same time, they'll, be a ladies first kind of thing. So it's a lot more chivalrous.
I like that, honestly. I think that's amazing, my friend.
Which is nice. Like that's always nice and courteous. I think I was going to make this video like first impressions of life in America, but I should change it to Fayetteville because I understand like everywhere's going to be different in America.
Oh, it's true, my friends. For some reason, I forgot she's talking about North Carolina. So in North Carolina is part of the South, the southern region of America, right? And people there are a bit more, I'm going to say this in a very positive way, but maybe a bit more. Um, Actually, what's the word? I don't have a word in English for this. Basically, showing respect is the most important thing. You have to be very respectful in the South, and maybe because of that, this dynamic becomes a bit more evident, I'm assuming.
And even the social norms are going to be different, the culture's going to be different, because it's such a huge place. So it's probably too general to say America. But
Fair.
yeah, certainly here that's what I've noticed. And I know other places like that masculinity or chivalrousness is chivalrousness a word? Chivalrous nature
I don't even know that word, by the way. When she started talking about men opening doors, I understand what she meant. But at the first, I was like, gri gri gri.
is sort of frowned upon or not encouraged or suppressed in some way. I don't like that. I think we need masculinity in a healthy form. I think we need femininity in a healthy form. As long as you can manage those things in a healthy way, that's fine. If you're a masculine dude, you're that dude that drives the truck with, they do it with like the one arm on the window, they got the hat, they drive like this. Just keep being you. The world needs you too.
Okay.
Just don't beat your wife or something. But yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Relax right there. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's continue, my friends.
Yeah, so like everywhere
I
would
don't know
be
what to
different,
say.
but that's sort of what I've noticed here. And the reason I mentioned that dynamic is because men are so much more bold and confident in approaching you, even if it's not, like you would say, it's not an appropriate setting to do that. Like if it's in a nightclub, it makes sense, that someone would be like, hey, but twice last week, I was just walking my dog around here. I'm in a hoodie, I've got my hat on, got no makeup, like in no way am I like asking for anyone's attention. I'm not even like looking around, I'm just walking my dog. And twice last week, dude just came up to me, two different dudes, and were just like, hey, you single? Like just
Give me a second. I'm gonna cancel the flight, the Sarah flight, my wife flight to America. No, I'm going alone. No chance. What the hell? Oh man. And American men's are big. I have no chance. Yeah, I'm gonna cancel the flight. Okay. Okay. Then I'm going alone, my friends, to America.
so bold and like
No, but for real, is this true? Damn. Okay. Okay, my friends. Okay. By the way, I'm not like that at all. So this is a bit of a culture shock to me. I have to keep my wife because if I lose my wife, I don't find another. It is what it is. I'm being very real. I am the lucky one. You know what I'm trying to say, my friends? I know my role.
and twice last week.
Is my wife more smart than me 100%? So I'm the one that have to be careful.
Dude just came up to me, two different dudes, and were just like, hey, you single? Like just so bold and like
Damn.
unapologetic about it. It's what? Like I was so shocked at first. I was like, dude, I'm walking my dog. It's kind of shocking, but interesting.
Dude, that's wild. Honestly, that's wild.
And in a way, actually, I prefer that because as a woman, then like you know exactly what's going on. You can be direct right back and sort of just move away from that situation. It's very clear what's going on, and
Right?
that's a lot easier than the sort of more manipulative way when the dudes will like try to like make contact with you and like under this guise of like just being interested or trying to be a friend and then gaslight you when you're like, oh, I'm actually married, oh, I was just interested in what groceries you're buying. Like
Sure.
the directness I prefer direct communication with everyone. So the directness is easy to know where you stand. The manipulative one, although it seems less scary, it's more hard to navigate, I feel like. But with that direct and bold, like just nature of coming on to you at any time, any place, it's hard to not feel like a piece of prey being dangled in a lion's den. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to not feel that it's predatory and like feel intimidated by that. And it made a lot of sense. Like all the people who have been sort of, what? You travel alone? Like it makes sense. If I was raised with that kind of thing going on all the time, I would probably think the same way, right? So that made a lot of
My friends, I know I'm repeating myself here, but this topic, male to female dynamic, I thought was really interesting. But honestly, my friends, I don't know. If you guys can share your perspective here, I would love to read the comments because it's an interesting topic. But I mean, it's just a perspective. So.
sense. But yeah, it does feel a little bit predatory. Like now I'm even a little more like, sort of like on guard, even just walking my dog around now because I'm like, I don't know, it feels like it just feels like being a prey, a piece of meat walking around, and I don't know, it's an interesting dynamic for sure. Okay, that was probably the longest one because it needed a lot of explanation. The rest I think are pretty quick. So the second one I had was convenience and comfort. So I think Americans live with this level of convenience and comfort that quite honestly, I think they take for granted, you know, and like
100% true. My friends, I know this because when I'm doing my recipes, every time I read the comments, you guys say, Andre, buy this, buy that, buy that, buy this, buy that, buy that. And 90% of the things you guys want me to buy, they are not available. And if they are available, they are kilometers away of my house, you know. So, but in America, it's quite different. This you guys have everything kind of ready, if that makes sense. But here is not the case at all. You guys remember? Not sure if everyone saw that video or not, but for the ones that saw the sandwich BLT, my friends, for me to find the American bacon was a real struggle. I was getting so mad at the same time. Oh my god, I cannot find this. Then end up finding one that it's not real American bacon, but was similar enough. But for you guys, it's like this. Bam, we have it here.
central air conditioning. What
Wait. What? Sorry.
longest one because it needed a lot of explanation. The rest I think are pretty quick. So the second one I had
Let's go
was
back.
convenience and comfort. So I think Americans live with this level of convenience and comfort
They do.
that quite honestly I think they take for granted, you know, and
Yes.
like central air conditioning. What a luxury that is. I have known one person that had central air conditioning in my life. And that was my
Wait, okay, no, my friends. I actually know a lot of people that have central air condition. Actually, let me turn my. Wait, I don't have actually, but I would actually it's something that I'm thinking about to put in my house, my friends. It's a bit expensive because I would love to put in all rooms, but it's a lot of money to be open with you. But I think it's something that can improve my quality of life a lot. But here, when you build a new house, not all the houses, but a lot of them already have air condition, or at least they are made. They have the pre-installation, if that makes sense. So it's becoming quite more common.
my grandparents after they were retired, after, you know, they didn't enjoy it in their young years for sure. So it was like well after. I'm old enough to remember it. And like, it was a flex. My granddad reminded me of it every time I went there. Like, it was a big deal to be able to get that. Like, it was noticeable. And here, like,
But this is true. Not right now, like I said, but back in the day, if you went to a house that had air conditioner, yeah, it's rich, rich people.
every apartment in this whole complex has central AC. Like, it's just standard. And even the AC we lived in the tropics in Darwin, right by the equator. Man, that was a hot place. And we had these little like air conditioning units in our bedrooms. After
Wait, but to be fair, oh man, but Portugal in terms of weather is much better than Australia. Okay, this is actually shocking. In Australia, it gets crazy hot, right? Australia is kind of similar to America in terms of weather. At least that's the idea I have. Oh man, and they don't have air condition. Can you imagine being in Texas without air condition? But they do that in Australia.
after a long time. Like we had to save up to put them in. That wasn't standard by any stretch. And like we were allowed to use it for 1 hour per night, only in the hottest season, only when we were falling asleep. Because otherwise, yeah, electricity is just too high. You can't afford
Yeah.
that. So like,
Oh my god, sorry for doing so many pauses on this topic, but since I'm actually thinking about putting air conditioning in my house, one of the things that, apart from the amount of money I have to give right away, that's a problem, of course, but I actually don't think is the biggest problem. For me, is the electricity bill. That's problematic. You pay a lot of money for to have air conditioner.
the fact that everyone's
So
just
I
been
related
raised on
this.
standard AC is like mind blowing to me. And just other things like casual nature of using a dryer without thinking of the electricity bill. Even outside the house, like just paying for almost anything with a card, you know, like even if it's under $1, most places like they don't care. And so yeah, using your card to pay for stuff, the drive through, even drive through like Starbucks, drive through banks, drive through everything.
Pharmacies,
Just
right?
so much convenience. Things are made
No,
to be
America is
fast,
amazing. I mean,
keep the
it is
machine
what it is, my
running,
friends.
and just keep you're spending money and then keep everything running.
Honestly, even the haters that don't that hate America, I'm not sure how can they argue with this if they ever went to other countries. You know, America in terms of convenience, in terms of comfort, is one of the best places in the world. It is what it is. Here there is no debate at all, unless you are just comparing. With things inside of your own country, maybe you see rich people that have a better life than you. Okay, but if you compare with if you are a regular American, you are doing much better than most of people in other countries. This is 100% true. Of course, America should be an amazing place since the economy is so strong, but still, this is incredible.
Um, it's really cool. It's
It's
really,
cool.
really cool. I can see the dark side of it because,
What?
a life of comfort and convenience would breed weakness, really.
Disagree. This one, sorry, I disagree with this a lot. Oh, you have to be tough. You have to struggle in life and stuff like that. BS. This is conversation that people that try to cope with their situation. If I was born millionaire, trust me, that would be amazing. I'm sorry. Maybe if I end up being a millionaire, I would understand this point a bit better. But I love this video so far. This point, I disagree totally.
Right? Because we need challenges to grow. We need challenges to sort of develop those calluses and get stronger. So I feel like,
No,
yeah,
no, no, no. Okay, but okay, it's true, true. So I'm actually backing down on my point. True, but you can have challenges in life, problems in life, and still have air condition at night.
you have to actively like either travel to get the perspective on how lucky you are, or read a lot, or like do challenging things to make you uncomfortable,
But
to
I understand the point.
remind you the blessings that come with that. But it's certainly cool. Like it's certainly very cool, and I appreciate it now. Okay, third one is questionable recycling. So
Huh? Questionable recycling. Okay.
recycling here seems like something you do to kind of feel better about yourself, but like I'm not sure. And what do I know? So like I don't know, but I'm not sure it like actually does much. And I kind of missed the Italian way, which I was like really grumbly about at first because there was a lot to learn, and then you have so many days you have to put out trash every month. But you had to split like your regular trash, your paper, your plastic, your glass, and your organic waste. Like they were 5 different sections of trash. They got picked up on different days. You had to put them in different places, and so having to do that for so long, it kind of did make me feel like, hey, maybe I'm doing something good. And I don't know what they did with it after. Like, I don't know if it actually was any better for the planet. But
I mean, it's obvious that it's better, right? Uh, I mean, if you can do it, look, I recycle, but sometimes specific, I'm a bit more careful when I have more time. When I don't have time, I don't recycle that much, to be fair. But I mean, if you are putting the paper on the paper box, if you are putting the glass on the glass box, they go to a different zone, so automatic that probably helps the environment in some type of way. How? Don't ask me that. So maybe AirPoint actually makes more sense.
But at least I felt like, oh wow, like going to all this effort and splitting everything up all the time, it kind of felt like I was doing something good. And now here, like,
Honestly, when I was a kid, they end up showing a commercial where a monkey was recycling. And I always thought in my mind, if I don't recycle, I'm dumber than a monkey. Maybe Portuguese propaganda got me.
we have a recycling bin here. I think people think it's a bulky trash because there's all sorts of like non-recyclable things going in there. And yeah, I just like, I'm not sure if it's really that good. I don't know.
No
But
idea.
yeah. So I don't really know. I'm not educated enough to know like if like the Italian way is even better for the planet, but it definitely, it just made me feel better. Like it made me feel like, oh man, like look at me splitting up all my stuff. Like this is good for Mother Nature. Right, number 4, food. We gotta cover the food. All right, it's so
Let's
good.
go. Let's go.
It's so good. Also, we got to talk the prices. We got to talk value. We got to talk
Oh, please tell me that is not crazy expensive.
what portion you get for the price you pay.
Okay.
It is amazing.
Oh.
Got the barbecue food. Do you like pulled pork? Because you can
I
get
love
it
it.
everywhere here, and it's delicious. I love
Everywhere? In North Carolina, you can get pulled pork everywhere? What is going on in North Carolina? Are they killing pigs every day?
coleslaw. Like there's so much coleslaw, mac and cheese, like all that good barbecue food is amazing. And then you got your standard like junk food. Like my favorite meal ever, if I'm ever on death row, which hopefully I'm
Okay, I'm gonna guess it. Popeyes.
not, but if they offer me a last meal,
Popeyes.
I'm getting a bacon cheeseburger with fries and a chocolate milkshake. Like that's my favorite comfort food.
But from where?
You can get that everywhere
Okay.
here, and it is good. Like it is good, very good. So that's is that a good thing? So far, my favorite.
Of course, it is a good video. I mean, she was being a bit, insecure about this video. But apart from the male-female dynamic, that I guess people can agree if is a bad thing or bad. All the things, this so far is looking at tremendous propaganda to America.
Has been like Wendy's, Chick-fil-A, and Sonic, but that's just junk food.
Sonic was a video game that I played when I was a kid. It still blows my mind that is actually a fast food. What?
So like I know some people want like a proper meal, but this is the barbecue food I've had, and they have a lot of like cool seafood foods. I haven't tried many of them yet, but I have a list of places I want to eat at. So like I'm getting through my list, but there's just so much cool food here, and for great prices. I know we went for a whole brunch, even with mimosas and just got everything, food and pancakes and coffees, and it's just not that expensive. So it's great to be able to like enjoy those things and feel like you're
It's
feel like
amazing.
you're kind of living large, even if you don't have a couch. Okay.
Okay, but friends, if you are not living a life for America, forget about it. You guys will never live a life for America. Actually, this is basically a video inside of a video. I'm gonna share to you. I'm gonna share with you. Let's speak English perfectly. I'm gonna share with you the fast food places I like the most that are from America. André, did you try what? 20? 10? No, 4. McDonald's. Burger King. Taco Bell one time in my life. But still counts. And KFC one time in my life. Burger King and McDonald's multiple times, sometimes per week. Now, how can I rank them? Honestly, this will be controversial. I'm going from the top to the bottom. Number 1, Taco Bell. Yeah, when you enter Taco Bell, you can see it's a fancy place. It's a gourmet place. The food is amazing. Is in a different level. Is one of the best fast food chains we have here. I feel like I had it one more time. I end up enjoying a lot For some reason, I had to go to. I was not doing that well after, but maybe it was not because of Taco Bell. I'm not sure. I don't have experience enough to know if that was because of Taco Bell or not. But Taco Bell, really good when you are eating. After that, a bit more shaky. Number two. Number two, my friends, you guys are not ready. I'm going to put Burger King. Yeah, I said it. Burger King, my friends, I honestly believe have the best burgers in the world. The best burgers in Portugal, not in the world. And I think they are different level, much better than McDonald's. The thing I like in McDonald's are the fries, and I also like the ice creams. But apart from that, I'm going Burger King. Number three, McDonald's. Why is a classic? When I was a kid, that was the only fast food I had. So is basically I still have memories. So I like McDonald's. The last one, KFC. I thought was okay, honestly. I did. I don't know. I didn't find the KFC that special, but I have to try it another time because this was years ago. So
So number
sorry for this long list for things, right? But that's my order. Is my order crazy? I don't think so, right?
5 is the driving. Got to touch on that.
Driving?
So it feels like American drivers, it feels like they're a little asleep at the wheel. It feels like they're not fully paying attention. And sometimes they'll like just sit for ages in your blind spot without understanding, like, that's dangerous, man. Don't do it. To come forward or go back, but don't sit where I can't see you. And I saw this so much, and I noticed it first, like when I drove back from Charleston. And there were so many times where there's an exit coming up, and then like right at the exit, they're like, oh shit, I had to turn there. You know, like at the last minute. So is no one paying attention? Does nobody know where they're going? So I feel really confident driving here. I feel like my driving skills are good and I can keep up with everyone. But I feel like it's a little dangerous because like it's hard to predict what people are gonna do. It's hard to read because you just don't know what to expect. And in Italy, I know I complained about the driving there forever, and that was because I felt
End up living in Italy seems like I was not aware.
so much anxiety driving because it was such an intense, like aggressive and defensive nature of driving that I felt like I didn't have the skills to keep up with that. But I felt very safe in a way because I know they all had very good driving skills and they were very active and they're paying attention the whole time because it is so aggressive. You have to. Otherwise there'll be, crashes everywhere all the time. So I had that trust and I felt safe around them, but it was just like so much anxiety for me because I'm like, I don't have the skills for this.
Honestly, I'm a bit afraid of this when I go to America. Driving in America seems a crazy experience. I live in a small town, my friends. You know what I mean? Driving here is so chill. But I mean, it should not be that difficult, right?
But here, I just feel like I can't read you. I don't know what you're gonna do, and it feels like everyone's not paying attention, so it feels more unpredictable in that way. So that's one thing about the driving here. But I am enjoying wider roads and plenty of space for 2 lanes of cars to go instead of having to like squeeze by on little narrow roads. Big car parks, so you can just like fit your car in. My car looks so small now when I see it in an American-sized parking space because it used to like just get to the lines. It's not even a big car, but just the parking spaces were smaller in Italy.
Wait, my friends, I have a question. What car should I rent in America? Because they will give me some options. Going for a Mustang or a Camaro is dumb, right? Because that car is probably difficult to drive. They have a lot of power. Maybe going to a pickup truck is also dumb because it will be too big for me. I never drive such a big car. What car do you guys think is easy to drive but still have space for my kid, for my wife, for my family, basically? I also don't want to be too compacted. You know what I mean? I mean that I already live in Europe. I struggle with that. I don't know. Maybe some type of Chevrolet or something, some model.
And now it's like, oh man, so much room. It looks like
Maybe a Tesla, but Tesla, I don't know. In America, imagine me in Texas with a Tesla. That's a crime, right? I mean, they like cars that are really, really manly. Nothing against Teslas. Would love to have one, but I don't know.
The parking spaces were smaller in Italy, and now it's like, oh man, so much room. It looks like a little matchbox car going in. Also, a cool thing about driving in America, well, at least here, I keep saying America, at least here, most places you can turn right on the red light.
I know this.
Very convenient and very cool. And I like it. So number 6 is the dress code. Like in Italy, I feel like I was constantly underdressed and constantly the little bogan that was going out, bringing everything down because they're just so polished and so well dressed all the time.
Oh, but this is true. In Italy, they are known for that.
But here now, I feel like I'm constantly overdressed and I'm still the same bogan. Like I don't dress up that much, but I feel like the dress standard is much different here. That
More
I
casual?
feel overdressed a lot.
I like that.
I've seen people out in their pajamas still. Like it's just like complete freedom. Just wear whatever you want because it doesn't matter. So that's been an interesting thing I've noticed. There's definitely just like not much pressure on appearance. Well, maybe again, this is not all of America, but at least around here, like I feel like, oh, I can just get dressed and, you know, as long as you do a basic level of being appropriate for being outside your house, like you'll be fine. And what's the last thing I've noticed about life here?
What?
Last thing I've noticed, I think, about life here, it's like people are I think it comes back to that boldness and that confidence that Americans have, but like people are very polite. I would say they're quick to like tell you what they think. So like if you're pissing someone off, I think you'd know about it. Luckily, I haven't really made anyone angry yet. But I would say there's just like a politeness as well, a bold politeness or a bold courteousness. Because there's been like a lot of times where this morning, just walking my dog, someone's like, "Oh, cool shirt." I was wearing a wrestling shirt, and so there's that, and just other times where people have they're sort of like, they don't hold back on like just giving you a compliment. I think they wouldn't hold back.
Oh, but actually, I like that. Well, friends, the thing with wrestling, this is a bit of a random question, but you end up talking about this. Is wrestling still popular in America? When I was a kid, I ended up enjoying wrestling a lot, but then I at one point I stopped following. I really like Rey Mysterio. Do you guys know the one that did all the tricks? I also ended up enjoying Undertaker, Triple H, all of that era. I thought was amazing.
On like insulting you as well, but I just haven't experienced that, and I've experienced a lot of like cool shirt or like, oh, that's a beautiful top, or just like a lot of boldness in that. Or even there's been a couple of times where we're waiting in line for something and then people just start chit-chatting about whatever they're waiting for. So it's kind of a nice in Australia, like we have tall poppies, so like you wouldn't just boldly compliment someone unless maybe you were drunk or something, but like otherwise there's the tall poppy syndrome would stop you from wanting to elevate anyone else. But I love that about America. I've always loved that. And there is at least here, there's been a cool, I don't know if it's like a camaraderie or just niceness.
Oh, but this is
I think
true.
it's just a politeness and a courtesy of people being like,
I remember the first time I started using these glasses, people said, "Oh, beautiful glasses," and I was like, "What?" They are just normal, but Americans are really cool.
nice to each other. I don't know if everyone would see it that way. I think outsider perspective is always different to when you've lived there your whole life, but at least I've noticed it. I feel like when I walk around, I just feel like, oh, people are nice here. So it's not to say that people aren't nice anywhere else necessarily, but I don't know. It's a welcoming, hospitable.
It's different.
Place, and I feel like people are nice here. I don't know. That one was a bit of a ramble, but I don't know how else to say it. So that's it. That's my 7 first impressions of life in Fayetteville. Beautiful Fayetteville. Oh, the last one I would have is the weather doesn't know what to do. It's like just rolling a dice each day. Oh, will I be cold? You need a hoodie. Will I be stinking humid and your hair's gonna frizz up times 10?
The thing about the weather, I also have thinking about this a lot. I love America, but one thing that I believe my country is better than America, my friends. You may disagree, but it is what it is. I think we have tremendous weather here. In America, it's a bit more random and also a bit more extreme, probably.
Oh, we'll do that today. Oh, we're gonna pour rain. Oh, we're gonna be chilly. It's just like I can't guess what's gonna happen every day. So that's the last one I would have. Bonus one. But if you have any others, pop it in the comments.
Okay.
And I'll have a chat with you there about those. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Bye.
Okay. My friends, thank you so much for watching this with me. Again, if you can go to our channel and say, hey, you come from André, there is a link for this original video in my description. I think it's important to show some love to the original content creator. At the end of the day, we are reacting to their video. You don't have to do it, but if you do it, I appreciate you, my friends. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I thought this was really interesting. See you guys in the next one. Bye, my friends.